The Australian car industry is facing a fresh round of uncertainty after Toyota's decision to axe 350 jobs from its Melbourne plant. But the federal government says there's nothing it could have done to save the jobs, despite giving the company tens of millions of dollars over the past few years. Simon Cullen reports from Canberra.
It's not quite the feeling Toyota workers were hoping for.
It's shocking news for everybody, we're all families, 350 people is really a lot.
Well, my wife's not working, I've got a baby and I've got a mortgage. Just take it day at a time till, see if I get tapped on the shoulder.
Toyota's blaming the strong Australian dollar for its decision and a steady decline in production. About 350 workers will lose their jobs.
What isn't acceptable in that, of course, is the fact that they have moved directly through the announcement yesterday towards a compulsory redundancy.
The government was warned of the situation last year.
It's not the government's job to tell them how to manage the plant. The governments do not run the car companies.
Workers will be offered government assistance, but there's no sign of extra support for Toyota.
The company doesn't operate on the basis of asking for a handout or a bailout or any of the other words that are used. That's not the way it works. We don't do that.
Toyota's move casts a cloud over the car industry at a time when the government's trying to negotiate an assistance package with Holden. And it points to wider problems for manufacturing, where tens of thousands of jobs have been lost because of the resurgence of the Australian dollar. Business groups point to a role for the government.
Government policy can be directed at reducing cost pressures for business, and that includes taxes, and it can also do a lot with respect to improving the competitive position, competitive factors across the Australian economy.
There's no doubt that things are very, very tough for manufacturing at the moment. But this government remains optimistic about the future.
But for some workers, the immediate future is bleak. Simon Cullen, ABC News, Canberra.